Hello, this is Crystal Marshall from marshallstudiofotography.com, and today we're going to talk about wedding, planning your wedding, how to have the best wedding photos. So you're engaged, that's awesome, congratulations. I've been married for several years, we have 3 kids, and believe me, it all starts at that special day. But how do you get your wedding photos to look amazing? So today we're going to tell you 10 things for you to remember when you hire a wedding photographer, what you need to know to get great wedding photos. So number 1, great wedding photos happen in natural light. I know a lot of you are thinking, oh, I want to have an evening wedding, I want to have a wedding at 7 o'clock p.m. or at sunset, it's so romantic. But let me tell you as a pro that it is a struggle to take awesome, amazing, beautiful, airy photos in sunset lit time. So what I would suggest as a pro, have your wedding during brunch time. That way everybody's fresh, everybody doesn't have to stay up till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Your wedding guests are still, not getting too buzzed from that night's party, so everybody's happy, everybody's fresh, and you get some beautiful natural light coming into your venue. And as a bonus, it's totally cheaper to have a wedding during that time. Number 2, great wedding photos need to take time to be planned. I see so many couples are like, oh yeah, we really spent a lot of time and energy planning the seating chart, but we didn't really give our photos a good thought. No. Good photos take time, and good photos take scheduling. So if you want good photos, you got to schedule them in. You can't be like, oh, I want these amazing photos of me and my husband, but we're only going to do them in 10 minutes. No, you should leave at least 30 minutes or 45 minutes with just you and him. So whatever schedule that you have for your wedding day, you need to make sure that you make time for photos, especially family photos, which could run about 30 minutes or so. So always schedule photos into your itinerary. That should be top priority. So out of all the expensive things you have to pay for besides your wedding photographer is your venue. I would definitely say your budget needs to be photography, of course, then your venue, and then everything else, because the venue will determine how your photos look. If you can't afford a great venue, then work into your schedule a great location that you can do beforehand. That's what me and my husband did. Before the wedding, we went to this beautiful garden, we got all of our photos done, so that way all we had to do was come to the church, get married, and go have a party. So if you can't afford a great venue, maybe that's something that you can think about. And yeah, we had to sacrifice that first look time at the altar and do more of a less traditional thing by seeing each other before the wedding, but our photos were beautiful, so it's totally worth it. Number four, consider doing a first look, just what I just talked about. Don't be afraid to see your significant other before the wedding, but actually as a wedding photographer, I always recommend it every time. Why? Because 1, your guests won't be waiting around for you at cocktail hour getting antsy, and then you feel like you have to rush the photos to get to the reception. All your photos would be done. And 2, usually the best lighting happens before the wedding, especially if you choose to do a sunset wedding or a sundown wedding. So the best lighting situation is really in the morning, or probably that 2 to 5 area. So consider a first look. Number 5, try to always have a location that you can do it all in, okay? So I remember I did one wedding a couple of years ago, and it was getting ready at somebody's house, and we had to drive to a picture location, then we had to drive to a ceremony, then we had to drive to a reception. It was 4 different locations for me to take care of, and believe me, a lot of things could get lost in the shuffle, a lot of people could have accidents, a lot of cars, it's a mess trying to logistically do all this stuff. So if you're going to have a location, try to have one that you can get ready in, that you can have your ceremony, your reception in, and then it's boom, right there, one location, less hassle. And me as a photographer, trying to drive 45 minutes here, 45 minutes there, it loses precious picture time. So always try to have a location that you can do it all in, and if you can't, try to have a garden or so that's very, very close within driving distance range of your ceremony. So number 6, don't be afraid of getting ready photos. A lot of brides tell me time after time, oh, I don't want to have people see me without makeup. But I can tell you this, as a photographer, that is our prime time to get your rings, your shoes, the bouquet, the garter, the details, getting your mom helping you with your veil, getting the groomsmen set up and all of his guys. And that's also a time that we use to get the reception, get the ceremony, get the setting up of the scene. So it tells a lot of the romantic story that's happening. And those are going to be honestly the photos that you're going to love to see afterward on Pinterest, on all your albums, on Facebook. So don't be afraid of the getting ready photo time. Number 7, trust your photographer and know that they have the best angle and the best look. I hear so many brides say, oh yeah, my Uncle Bob's going to come and he's going to take his camera and everybody's going to come and bring their iPads. I'm not saying that have an unplugged wedding. I'm not saying that. But I am saying make sure that we have the best angle. Don't let Uncle Bob pop in the middle of their wedding. Don't let Uncle Bob or Aunt Sue get right in the first dance. You tell your people, tell your family that we will have the first angle, the first person angle, the best angle. And then they're, free to do their own photos after we are done. Number 8, plan events for the photographer to take pictures of. I know that sounds like a duh. But I've had so many people say, oh, don't worry about it. We're not going to have a first bouquet toss or a first dance or exit. We just want you to take candid photos of me and my husband walking around with our guests and just eating waffles. Okay? You want things to happen. You want memories to happen. So even though you might not be traditional and want a garter toss or anything, but plan some special things that are special to you, because it will be really, really fun in hindsight when you look back and say, I really wish that we did this, or I really wish we did that. So plan for special stuff to happen. Okay? Number 9, be realistic about your photos. If you plan for all of these things to happen and you have 30 cousins and you have 15 groomsmen and 15 bridesmaids, but yet you only give me 20 minutes for photos, I can't get everybody with you. I'm sorry. So number 10, relax and have fun. I understand that your wedding day is super, super important to you. I totally get it. You're going to have all these friends and family fly in just for you. You're going to be staying up late, being excited, being with all your girlfriends and chatting it up and doing all these things and trying to look prepared and putting 45 different events in a 4-hour time slot and still look beautiful. I know, it can be really, really stressful. But believe me, there's going to be a lot of things that go on that you didn't plan on. But just smile. I know you're getting married, and relax and just go with it, and just know that a good photographer is going to just take the good, take the ugly, take the bad, and just make this beautiful, beautiful story of your day. So again, this is Crystal Marshall from marshall@studiophotography.com, and thank you very much.